Hello everyone, Mamikins here. Today I'm going to look at the Zireael Dual blades from the Ancient Leshen event. I'm going to show some builds as well as compare them to other dual blades which are similar so you can decide if you want these or not. These dual blades are pretty universal for monsters as you can unlock the element when fighting monsters weak to dragon and use Elementless when they're not. This is good if you lack dual blade streamstones as one weapon can fulfill many roles. So let's start by looking at the dragon element aspect. Let's compare them to the two previous top tier dragon dual blades, Kjarr Dagger's Dragon and Devil Joe's Wrathful Predation. Fashion wise, for me, Zireael wins. I love the sleek look and the unique teleport dodge in demon mode feels very satisfying to use. I hands down favour them over Wrathful Predation, due to the fact of the Wrathful having lower affinity making it hard to maintain white sharpness with the behemoth set. It also has higher average DPS due to the crit rate making better use of the DPS skills critical boost and critical element. The Kjarr Dragon, this one is a little tougher because I really like these. The Kjarr is slightly less DPS but they have the advantage of utility. It's very easy to reach the crit cap on weak spots without an augment. It already comes with critical element and I don't have to unlock the element, although I do need handicraft to reach white sharpness. I don't think there's a clear-cut winner here as they both serve different functions. Both are good. Kjarr can be very RNG if you get them or not, and the Zireael also have the advantage of switching up to Elementless builds, which is a good all-rounder for every monster. So I've made two builds for the dragon aspect, a Master's Touch build and a Protective Polish build, which is a bit friendlier to make. Unfortunately, to get Master's Touch and critical element, you're very restricted on armor choices, and thus may not have some of the rare jewels needed to make this build. In which case, you may find the second build more suitable. It actually does a tiny bit more damage due to the extra critical boost, but will likely require extra sharpening. If you don't have Protective Polish, you could always add extra handicraft instead by switching the Culf waist to the alpha version. Here's a quick comparison of both builds. Choose which one you prefer or have the ability to make. Dual blades consume the sharpness bar fast, so having Master's Touch or Protective Polish to slow down the rate helps tremendously. They both have a 95% critical rate on weak spots with the affinity augment. Let's look at the Elementless aspect of these weapons. Dual blades usually benefit most from elemental damage, however if you need an all-purpose weapon, for instance if you're fighting multiple monsters one after another and don't want or can't change weapons, Elementless is the perfect choice. Let's compare it against another Elementless weapons, the Diabolus clubs. Fashion wise, definitely Zireael. The clubs look more like maracas than blades. Nor do they sound as good to use.
I love playing the maracas, they're so fun. I wonder what's in them.
The main drawback of the clubs is the lower affinity and the lack of white sharpness. You need at least level 4 handicraft to get a slither of white sharpness. It can make using builds with Master's Touch frustrating. Any non-crits results in losing white sharpness. Protective Polish has to be reapplied every 60 seconds, making builds with the clubs high maintenance to keep up optimal DPS. The Zireael weapon having higher affinity and good white sharpness are going to perform better for the entirety of the fight and require much less maintenance. They're also more flexible to adapt to your personal builds. I have two builds, one with Marathon Runner which extends the time you can stay in demon mode. The other is a peak performance build which requires you to stay at full HP but offers a very nice DPS increase. Here's them on the training pillar, both have 95% affinity on weak spots. If you are playing during the Appreciation Fest and you got your hands on the Gala Suit top hat, you can also make this level 3 Agitator build, which will do increased damage when monsters enrage. You can of course switch the Agitator jewels if you want some extra survival, while keeping the DPS skills which are constantly active. Overall, I think these weapons are a great addition to Monster Hunter World. Not only do they look good, but they also perform well. These are worth farming if you enjoy dual blades or might like to try them out in the future. I also finally got my Mind's Eye Dual on the last day of the event from Lavasia, and the fight right after I got a second one, so now I'm the proud owner of 2 Mind's Eye Duals. Thanks everyone who wished me luck. I hope others got some much needed duals and Capcom brings the event back for new and returning players. Thanks for watching, please support the channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.